6 months after schools reopened following a 9-month closure occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic, the government is now ready to make public the report highlighting the impact of the coronavirus on education and the adolescents during the 9-month school closure. A report compiled by the Gender Office in the Executive Office of the President indicates that more than 500,000 learners did not re-enroll when schools reopened in January.
Over the last year, quite a lot of girls did not come back to school when schools opened in January because they either got pregnant or got into early marriages.
When I was in Tana River, where I went to check on children going back to school, the number of girls who had gone back to school was higher than the boys. It is the boys he was struggling to look for, as we were told that some of them had gone to pick mangoes along the river. Some of them had moved with their parents to go look after cattle, etc., etc. So the effect will vary from one region to another.
The data is a consequence of studies carried out in various counties with a view to analyzing the impact the closure had on adolescents. Deputy Chief of Staff in the Executive Office of the President, Ruth Kagia, says majority of those who did not return to school either lacked school fees or were pregnant, with numbers showing that 125,000 boys failed to re-enroll and 250,000 girls were kept out of school. The data captured between June 2020 and February 2021 further suggests that a whopping 165,000 girls aged between 10 to 19 years were either married off or got pregnant.
This is a major disruption to the lives of our young people, and we need to make sure that we reduce and make up for the losses that have taken place.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education could face challenges in implementing some of the programs due to a reduced budget. The ministry will particularly struggle to smoothly implement the competency-based curriculum after the CBC was allocated a mere 1 billion shillings.
We also need to look for very innovative ways of financing and supporting education, because the needs keep on increasing. You can never satisfy the needs of education in terms of funding.
We have quite adequate funds for CBC. We have adequate funds for preparation of teachers, but as it was already said, it is never enough.
These are some of the questions Kenya will be grappling with, even as it embarks on a mission to raise at least $5 billion to fund education in Global Partnership for Education beneficiary countries in a program co-hosted with the United Kingdom.
Kenya's commitment to this cause remains solid. We believe that this campaign will help us to come up with resources to address the widespread disruptions to learning that have been caused by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The funds raised through the initiative will enable more than 200 million girls access education, lift at least 18 million people out of poverty, and protect at least 2 million girls globally from early marriages. The GPE Financing Summit will take place in the month of July. Shadrack Miti, KTN News.